This is kind of an odd video for me to make. I was inspired to make it because of Undertaker Freak 1127's video he recently did. It was on the subject of drug addiction. And this is something that I've had in the past a bit of experience with. Now, his video was about how people who go around saying they don't give sympathy to these people suck. There's one worse. In my experience, it was people that gave fake sympathy. I think that's worse. For 7 years, I dealt with somebody who was claiming to be my best friend and I had thought was my best friend. In the beginning, this person and I, we had each other's backs. We were there for each other. And when things started to fall apart for me, whenever they fell apart, I didn't have this person's support anymore. It came to a point, about a year ago, where I found out that I never truly actually had this person's support, and that they thought everything I'd ever gone through in life was just an annoyance that they had to deal with as part of being my friend. That's worse than just saying, I don't support you. It's worse to sit there and fucking lie to someone to their fucking face, pretend that you're their fucking friend, watch them go through the darkest fucking times you'll ever see them go through, and then just go, well, that was annoying. I can't believe you went through all that bullshit. For me, it was just disgusting to hear how little they gave a flying fuck about the fact that I was nearly turning into an alcoholic at that time. I was turning into a fucking drug addict. I was taking hydrocodones and oxycontins to fizzle out my brain and not have to even think about my depression. Because if anybody who's had experience with those knows what they do, yeah, that's some pretty synthetic shit. Holy God. And that's a very hard drug to kick. I'm actually surprised I was able to do it at all. And to me, it nearly made me go back on it, knowing that I never had this person's support. Partially, for a small period of time, I went back to doing that because it was so hurtful. So it's not just, no sympathy. The fake sympathy is worse because you're then fucking with somebody's head. You're fucking with their heart. You're fucking with their emotions. And not only that, you're including them into your group of friends if you're a person that's doing this, and you're an asshole if you are, but then you're including them into your life, making them feel a part of something, only to fucking drop it out from underneath them. Which I thought was absolutely disgusting. I won't even go into the fact that later on this motherfucker would take sides with people and not even come to me about anything, and then go run their mouth all over the goddamn fucking landscape about shit they couldn't even validate. I'm not going to go into any of that kind of bullshit because it's a waste of time for this topic, because it's not what this video is about. But I will say that for everything that I had gone through with drug addiction, and it was fucked up. I wasn't to the point to where I was so desperate I was breaking car windows trying to get a fix, but it was to the point to where I was losing weight. I'd stopped eating. I stopped doing anything but waking up and then sleeping again. My whole life had just fallen apart, and this was not too long before I came out here, before I moved from Vegas, and before I came out here. Now, there are plenty of other motherfuckers who were doing the exact same thing that I'm glad I'm away from, and it's just, to me, really disgusting how many fucking people like that are in the world. People that will say, oh, I care so much about how you're doing, I want you to get better. Well, then where the fuck is your real support? And that's a question I'd love to ask people like this. Now, these motherfuckers back in Vegas, I don't give a flying shit. They can fucking die in a plane crash for all I give a fuck. Because to do that to somebody, in my opinion, is absolutely goddamn disgusting. But for other motherfuckers out there that are doing this, what are you getting out of it? Okay, what is your fucking problem? You're going to sit there and you're going to bullshit people into making them think that you give a fucking crap about how they're doing, just so that you don't have to go be your typical asshole self and say, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Fuck it, I don't even care. I didn't want to bring this up, but from my personal experience, it wouldn't be the first time this motherfucker had done this to someone that they know. In fact, one of the times they'd done this to somebody resulted in that person's suicide. This person had already been going through enough bullshit in their life, okay? Whether it had been a custody battle drama, or the fact that they already had a lot of depression on top of all that crap, and they had a problem with alcoholism on top of it. What did this motherfucker decide to do? Bring this other person out to go drinking all the fucking time, bury them in alcohol, and then they were all upset and couldn't figure out why that this person hung themselves in their home and didn't tell anybody. Well, it fucking amazes me. Why the hell would they do that? You only fed their addiction. You only fed the one fucking big problem in their life that they could have used a little more resolution for instead of getting shit-faced every single fucking time you were around. And it really disgusts me that on my other goddamn channel I have video of this, and at the time I didn't put two and two together to realize what was going on and how somebody was being taken advantage of. And funny thing is that when I brought this up to somebody when I still DJ'd back in Vegas, I asked him, and just like, doesn't this seem weird to you? And the motherfucker looked at me with a straight face, and he actually went, no, you know, the addictions, they don't really work like that. Depression doesn't work like that. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Everybody in the world apparently really is fucking crazy and stupid. Apparently, when you feed someone's addiction at the height of their depression, it doesn't result in their suicide to this idiot. Of course, this was the same motherfucker who would go encourage somebody to go do as they wish and didn't give a flying fuck about what kind of stupidity is incurred by allowing somebody to have a removed sense of consequence for their actions. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm glad to be away from a crowd of people like that, however, because, goddamn. But anyway, bringing us back to the original subject, like I said, I think it's just disgusting enough that people won't take the time or patience and think that they understand. Okay, I was basically fucking killing myself. I didn't think about it at the time, but I was basically killing myself. Oxycontin and hydrocodone are both heavy painkillers, and one well-known thing about painkillers is they will eat you up from the inside out. Okay, I mean, the fact that I have a functioning liver right now, okay, is amazing. The fact that my kidneys haven't been eroded into just something that looks like a bunch of fucking squishy yams, okay, is amazing. I still should probably go to a doctor and see if there's any permanent damage I incurred onto myself, because I'm sure that there should be something at least. But anyway, the fact that I'm alive is amazing. Other people, not so much. You know, I didn't realize at the time how easy it was to overdose on this shit. And for somebody to be yanking my fucking chain, pretending to be my fucking friend, pretending to give a shit when in reality they were going around telling people how much they didn't give a shit, which is a good reason why I now know why I started losing a lot of friends when I started losing them. It's just disgusting. So to close this video, to anybody that does that to somebody that they know, fuck you, eat a big one, you're a fucking disgusting piece of shit. Fuck you. Maybe it fucking will come home to you one day, and you'll understand. But until then, fuck you.